What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the archives. As you know, we've been doing builds, we've been doing restorations, and today we're back in small town USA. We're in Golconda, Illinois, which is actually home to 659 people and one yodeling boy who you may know, Mason Ramsey. We're going to give you a tour. The main host today is going to be Chris Hahn, who you may know from our radio show episode up in Marion, WGGH. So make sure to hit that subscribe button. And let's see small town USA. Alright guys, well, welcome back. As you know, we're in Golconda today, and my goal is to kind of get you out and about. So, why do you want to come to Golconda? Well, Chris here is going to tell you why. We're just going to stroll through the town, look at some historical buildings, and learn some history today. So hit that subscribe button, and let's get a brief tour.
One thing about Golconda, it was originally called Sarahsville after Sarah Lusk. She was a woman that had run a ferry across the Ohio River, and they had called it Sarahsville. And then one of the meetings soon after that, they changed it to Golconda, which is named after the place in Golconda, India, which means city of gold. But it was originally Sarahsville. One of the neat things that's happened is the buildings have been marked with historical markers so that you can take an audio tour courtesy of Main Street Golconda. Actually get in your car, get your cell phone, call the number, and there's numbers that correspond with the buildings, and you can check that out and see just exactly the history of the buildings that are along there, along with the names on the buildings. Diver Down building right here. It was established in 1863. It's part of Golconda's historic district. 1863. That was during the during the Civil War. But it's building number 11 on the tour. A beauty shop here that is part of the. This beauty shop was once part of our drugstore. It's the T.J. Abbott building, built in 1894.
I think it's a really neat idea. As I go through and I film different small towns, I can say I've never seen that. So, I don't know if Golconda coined that or not, but you need to get with the program. They may be a step behind, but a step ahead in other things.
That's right. This is one of our older bank buildings. Right now it's unoccupied. It's been under restoration for several years, but it's a very, very historic building, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, there is a 1911 date on that, which is the day of when it was built. So,
what I find cool is when you go to a small town like this, normally you see a lot of holes where buildings should be. I feel like Golconda, their big gaps are not there. They really try to preserve and restore, and they put a lot of history and time into these things. So that's one thing to appreciate.
It's true. And I will say this too, also in general, as far as restoration of buildings, you can never start too soon to restore a building or wherever it may be, because there are some buildings that we've lost the fact that they were too far gone, and restoration probably should have started 25, 30, maybe 50 years ago. And the building is in such disrepair, there's no way to bring it back up as far as costs and things. But yeah, we've got some good buildings here. We've got some good history. Our courthouse, if I'm not mistaken, I believe built 1872, and we have a outstanding collection of historical records as far as genealogy, things along those lines. So we're very fortunate that we have a very historic courthouse. I know a lot of courthouses, they get old, they get in disrepair, and they fall down, they put up brand new things. But here, we've taken care of ours, and still here, so come down and take a look at it. It's really nice. It really is. This is the J.W. McCoy building, established in 1870. Number 14 on the list. And this is the Riverport gift shop. It originally was actually many years ago. When I say many years ago, I'm talking 50, 20, something like that. But it originally, well, I remember it as a grocery store. It was Kunoff's grocery store. And this was the place that you came for your groceries. Then it closed and moved. And Then it became the Riverport Restaurant. And as I mentioned, we were talking, we've had some very famous people come in and eat there. Among them, I'm going to drop a name, John Malkovich came and actually ate at our restaurant here in Golconda at the Riverport. So again, right now this is an antique store. Nothing wrong with that. Antiques are great.
Yeah.
I'm considered an antique, so look at me.
Is there anything else down this way? Or
one of our older buildings, built in 1833. So I mean, you're close to the 1700s.
Yeah.
Just 33 years off, but yeah, this is one of our oldest buildings, the Sim building, and it's occupied. It has residents in here.
I don't know, I find this stuff cool. And of course, if you are watching this and you are one of the owners of this building, I appreciate you, and I'm sure many others do in this town as well. So don't be bummed out. Just pick up an old building, restore it, make something of it.
Right down here, we've got the Diver Down, which is one of our restaurants. We've got several good restaurants here in Golconda and Pope County. This is one of our restaurants, Tanny's. Good food all the time.
So now we are made our way all through the businesses of town. We're still going to cover a few as we go along, but we've made the end where the levee is. So if you're coming here, take a picture here and tag us. So you've been here. Anyways, we've made our way to the Historical Society, which I've been in here. It's a great place, and maybe an episode in the future. So keep an eye out for that one. The ladies, is it all ladies that run this?
Oh no. We've got some gentlemen that do that too.
I guess when I was here it was all ladies.
Yeah, but well, they're the backbone. Sorry guys, but it's the truth. You know it. They're the backbone of the Historical Society, and they do a tremendous job. They really do. We're fortunate to have them do that, and also the rich history. Well, we have a rich history here in Golconda and Pope County. We really do. So we're very fortunate for that.
Yeah. And they have some really unique stuff. So if you're looking for something to do on the weekend, just come down here, bring your cool car, enjoy some food, and come here on a weekend and enjoy some tours, because they've got some really interesting stuff in here and things I didn't even know was in here. It kind of shocked me. So with that said, come on down.
Well, one of the things that did happen, sadly, talking about things falling into disrepair, was the Polk County Sheriff's Office. And it was sat right there. People are very familiar with it. There's pictures and things along those lines. But actually, my first job was working for Sheriff Charles W. Doc Hicks back in the 70s. I worked as a dispatcher. No. I didn't work as a deputy. I didn't carry a gun. There was quite a lot of history, but sadly, again, things fall into disrepair, and if you wait too long, they're past the point of repairing. So that's what we had to remember, just memories and the parking lot now.
We're going to continue our scroll here, and we got the hardware store.
Yes, that is what Kunoff's hardware store. Related to Kunoff's grocery store, though I talked about a little while ago. Very enterprising and energetic family, and they have reopened Kunoff's hardware store right down here, and they have, well, as you can see, they have most of the couple of buildings. The main original building here. The next building was at one time our newsstand, and beside that was a barbershop and quite a few other things. There was a funeral home and a few other things like that, but they have repurposed all that. And it's a busy little place. Your town could not survive without a hardware store like this, and they do a great job.
Now, if you're watching this and you're in a big city, Nashville, California, New York, this town literally has one hardware store, one auto parts store, maybe one gas station. That's in what? How many miles? 20 miles?
20 miles, better get your gas, better get it now.
Yes. And then on top of that, they have, how many restaurants do you have in town? 3?
Oh my goodness, we've got Tanny's, we have Diver Down,
okay,
we have something else, we have Lust Creek, and we have the Dairy Bar. And then in Pope County, there's Shotgun Eddie's and Sand Pail, and oh my goodness, yeah, all over. Also the Mansion.
Yes.
So you can tell that I try to favor them all. That's why I'm as big as I am. But yeah, we've got good food here in Golconda and Polk County.
So there's your little insight. How many things are here, but they're continuing to survive. They're restoring buildings. And it looks awesome down here. I mean, I've went through smaller towns and even bigger towns that doesn't have this much. So it's something to be proud of.
Yeah, we've got festivals going on all the time.
Right.
We've got 2 car shows. We've got the Shrimp Fest.
Yeah.
We've got the Deer Fest.
You got a deer fest?
We had a Deer Fest. We kind of lost some of the extra to it. We lost the tent and things like that, but we still have a parade.
Okay.
And people still come in because this was classified as the deer capital of Illinois.
Huh.
And yes.
Things you didn't know.
Yeah, that's right. In fact, you know, there was time people would come up to us and still do and say, my goodness, you've got something going on in that town all the time, that county. And we do.
Right.
We really do.
What's tough is this place is so far off the beaten path, but I really do think you have a lot of people that come here.
Yeah.
We're going to continue the tour. We're going to ride around, and today our style of choice is this cruiser. What's this button do?
That's the
What's this button do?
it'll that's usually for intersections.
Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you?
We want to explain that it is very hot. So if you're watching this video and you see us sweating, you know why? I think it's so hot. I believe I saw a coyote chasing a rabbit, and they both were walking. So first we're gonna buckle up and we're gonna get started. You said something about this church.
Yes, that's the oldest continuous Presbyterian church in Illinois.
And how often does you get to see that? Sinclair with the dinosaur. So is this like Shawneetown where this levee wasn't here? There's more roads out there?
Yeah, right where we're at, we're buildings and roads. Right where we're driving on was, I think, Water Street, actually. Ironically, it was, I believe it was Water Street, and there was buildings and things like that. Now, today, if 37 flood hadn't happened, and we hadn't had any major flooding until, like, say, 2011, the government's, the FEMA, Corps of Engineers plan is not build a levee. The plan is let's move Golconda 4 or 5 miles away from the flooding.
Right.
Their philosophy had changed from putting up levees to let's move things inward,
Right.
and away from it. It's because of a lot of money. One of the good things, Lock and Dam 51 was here and was built. And part it took as long as it took. They had people that did the construction and stayed here, and they had what's called the dam houses.
Huh.
And that's up here where the whole dam complex is. Now they're bed breakfast type places.
Oh, so you can actually still go in these.
Yeah, you can rent them out for 2 or 3 days or however long you want.
What are these little buildings?
Those were part of the dam complex when it was Dam 51. I was told it was very unique for actually the Army Corps of Engineers. That's their Army Corps of Engineers actual saying, which is written on that building.
So if you're coming to Golconda and you don't know where to stay, you can stay in the dam house.
That's right.
Old Dam House 51, 1-bedroom house, 3-bedroom house with hot tub, daily and weekly rentals. Looks like they're kind of working on them too.
Yeah, they're constantly doing upkeep and maintenance, which is good.
So, as Chris was telling me up there, if you look on the sides, you'll see the numbers. And that tells you how high the water is. 33, 34, 35. And it just keeps on going all the way up. Anyways, that's the view of the river. It's a very pretty view, very peaceful. So Chris was telling me that this place flooded in 2011, and it was actually to where the bottom of that door is. That's how high the water got. So from this river to that door, and then you said they put up the gates?
Yeah, put those up in 2011. First time they had ever been used.
Huh.
And they were all up. Golconda became actually kind of like, you might want to say, an island.
Wow.
In, I believe it was April and May of 2011.
And this place up here is called Napa. And that's Chris's favorite place in town. He's there a couple times a day.
Blanchard Automotive, great folks, great auto supplies.
There's your funeral home.
Dairy bar.
If you're in Golconda, make sure that you bring cash because some places don't do card just yet. So go check out the dairy bar there. They got some great burgers and some great, I guess, employees, I could say.
71 years, I believe, is what is now in business. A legend.
What makes this marina snazzy? It's just something you're proud of?
Exactly. Interestingly, it follows the same route for the most part that our railroad did at one time.
Oh, really?
That we had here in Golconda. Yes, we had a railroad.
That's cool.
And this follows the track.
So if you're on a boat watching this, it looks like they even have some bays you can put your boat into, a slip.
A very well run and very organized marina. And we do have some empty ones in case somebody wants to put their boater in there.
This bridge here is just something cool.
Yeah, it's a footbridge. It gets over. People at the marina can come over and walk into Golconda now.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, that does it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I really love coming down to Golconda. Thank you, Chris, for being a part of another episode. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and let me know if you're going to take a trip here. It's starting to rain. I'm going to get out of here. We'll see you on the next episode.